In the ancient world, where empires like Egypt, Babylon, and Persia rose and fell, Greece carved a path unlike any other. It was not a unified kingdom, nor a sprawling empire, but a constellation of fiercely independent city-states. Each city-state stood as a tiny nation, sovereign and self-governing, with its own laws, customs, and destiny. This was a land where unity was not forged by a single ruler, but by shared culture and language. Imagine a map dotted with these city-states, each a beacon of autonomy. Athens, with its democratic ideals, stood in stark contrast to Sparta's militaristic discipline. Thebes and Corinth, ruled by noble aristocrats, thrived in their own right. These cities were not bound by a central authority. They were free to chart their own course, to rise or fall on their own merits. Yet, this independence was both their strength and their challenge. Without a unifying king or emperor, the Greek city-states often clashed, their rivalries as fierce as their pride. But in their diversity, they found a common identity: Hellenic. They traced their lineage to Helenus, a mythical hero, and worshipped the same gods, speaking variations of the same language. This shared heritage, woven through myth and religion, bound them together, even as they stood apart. Thus, the Greek city-states emerged as a unique experiment in human history, a testament to the power of autonomy and cultural unity. In the heart of ancient Greece, the city-states were not just places of stone and marble. They were living experiments in governance. Each city-state, fiercely independent, chose its own path to power, shaping its destiny through distinct forms of government. Athens, the cradle of democracy, stood as a beacon of freedom. Here, the citizens held the reins of power, their voices echoing in the assembly, shaping laws and policies. It was a bold experiment, one that would inspire generations to come. Yet not all city-states followed this path. In Thebes and Corinth, the noblemen ruled, their authority rooted in birthright and tradition. These aristocracies were worlds of privilege, where power flowed through the veins of the elite. Meanwhile, Sparta marched to a different drum. Here, an oligarchy reigned, a small group of warriors holding sway over the masses. Their lives were disciplined, their focus unwavering, as they built a society centered on strength and order. These diverse systems of governance were not just political choices, they were reflections of the city-states' identities. Athens embraced the ideals of equality, Thebes and Corinth upheld the traditions of nobility, and Sparta embodied the spirit of discipline. Together, they painted a vivid tapestry of governance, each thread unique, yet all woven into the fabric of ancient Greece. In the ancient Greek world, the city-states were more than political entities. They were bound by a shared cultural and religious identity. Though fiercely independent, the Greeks saw themselves as Hellenic, descendants of Helenus, a mythical hero born of Deucalion and Pyrrha, survivors of a great flood sent by Zeus and Poseidon. This shared ancestry was not just a tale, it was the foundation of their unity. Religion played a pivotal role in this bond. The gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus were worshipped across the city-states, their temples standing as symbols of a common faith. Festivals, like the Olympic Games, brought Greeks together, transcending local rivalries. These events were not mere competitions. They were celebrations of their shared heritage, a reminder that they were part of something greater. Language, too, was a unifying force. Though dialects varied, the Greek tongue was a thread that connected Athens to Sparta, Thebes to Corinth. It was through this language that myths were told, laws were written, and ideas were exchanged. Together, religion and language wove a tapestry of identity, one that allowed the Greeks to see themselves as Hellenic, even as they remained fiercely loyal to their individual city-states. This cultural unity was their strength, a beacon that shone through the ages. In the heart of ancient Greece, the city-states stood as beacons of culture, power, and ambition. Athens, the birthplace of democracy, was a city of thinkers and dreamers. Named after Athena, the goddess of wisdom, it became the cradle of Western civilization, its ideals echoing through the ages. Sparta, in stark contrast, was a fortress of discipline and strength. Descended from the Doric invaders, its warriors were said to be heirs of Hercules, their lives dedicated to military prowess. Thebes, steeped in myth, was the home of Oedipus and Cadmus, its history intertwined with legend. Once the heart of the old Boeotian kingdom, it rose as a city of noble traditions. Corinth, strategically perched between the Peloponnese and mainland Greece, was a hub of trade and conflict, its location making it a prize for conquerors. And then there was Olympia, the sacred ground of the Olympic Games. This pan-Hellenic event was more than a competition. It was a celebration of unity, a reminder that despite their rivalries, the Greeks were bound by a shared heritage. These city-states, each unique in its character, were the pillars of ancient Greece. Their stories, filled with triumphs and trials, shaped the course of history, leaving a legacy that endures to this day. The success of the Greek city-states was both a blessing and a curse. Their cultural and economic prosperity led to overpopulation, a problem that threatened their very survival. To address this, the Greeks embarked on a bold venture, colonization. This movement, known as the Second Greek Diaspora, saw them scatter across the Mediterranean, seeking new lands to call home. Colonies sprang up in distant regions: France, Spain, Africa, and the Italian peninsula. In the east, cities like Samos and Miletus flourished along Turkey's coastline, becoming hubs of trade and innovation. These colonies thrived, their wealth and knowledge growing through interactions with diverse cultures. Yet, their success attracted the attention of the Persian Empire, a looming giant that cast a shadow over the Greek world. The clash between the Greek city-states and the Persian Empire seemed inevitable. The Greeks, though divided by rivalries, were united by their shared identity and determination to protect their way of life. This confrontation would test their resolve, their unity, and their very survival. The challenges of overpopulation and expansion had set the stage for a dramatic chapter in their history, one that would define their legacy for centuries to come. The wealth and success of the Greek colonies, particularly those along Asia Minor, drew the gaze of the Persian Empire, a colossal force that dominated the ancient world. The clash between the Greek city-states and this mighty empire seemed inevitable, a collision of cultures and ambitions that would shape the course of history. The Persian Empire, vast and powerful, sought to expand its dominion, viewing the Greek colonies as ripe for conquest. The Greeks, though fiercely independent, recognized the threat. Their shared Hellenic identity, rooted in religion, language, and mythology, became a rallying cry. The Olympic Games, once a celebration of unity, now symbolized their resolve to defend their freedom. As Persian forces advanced, the Greek city-states, despite their rivalries, formed alliances. Athens, with its democratic ideals, stood alongside Sparta, known for its military discipline. Thebes and Corinth, once adversaries, joined the fight. Together they faced the Persian juggernaut, their unity their greatest strength. The battles were fierce, the stakes unimaginably high. The Greeks, though outnumbered, fought with the courage born of their shared heritage. Their victory was not just a military triumph, it was a testament to the power of unity and the enduring spirit of the Hellenic world. This clash with the Persian Empire became a defining moment, a story of resilience and defiance that would echo through the ages.